Hello Aquarius, how are you? Welcome to Scorched Earth, or welcome back to Scorched Earth. As it says in the description box, I am Marion and I'm looking after Carrie's channel just until she settles into her new home. So, what we're going to do, Aquarius, we are going to look at the energies for July 2024 in a specific level for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with an oracle card from the Oracle of Pluto, and then we're going to use the tarot deck, the Wandering Moon, and then we're going to clarify as well. So, let's start off with this. So I hope you're well. How are you finding Pluto being in your sign, having moved into your sign? I know it's a big thing, you know, when Pluto goes into any sign. And I'm just wondering how you lovely Aquarians are coping with it. Has there been any big revelations so far? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we have got Aquarius. We have got the goat card showing up here. And it's interesting, you know, with this being an oracle for Pluto, and the reason why is Pluto deals with the shadow. So I'm sure you'll have already kind of realised, if you're watching this channel and if you're interested in the metaphysics, possibly some astrology, then, you know, it's like Pluto has been in the sign of Capricorn, which is the sign of the water goat. And it's just been kind of the last couple of years it's been moving to and fro. And I feel very much, you know, this goat is part of the energy for Capricorn. You know, it's just almost saying, you know, it's this shadow puppet side of this is kind of a facing forward, and it's almost like, right, okay, we're going to, Pluto has now left Capricorn and it's moving into Aquarius. So it's a forward motion. What's also interesting as well is like the actual goat here is looking at its shadow. And it's looking towards the front of it, you know, so it's interesting in that fact, whereby it's, right, is this going to be a time of really looking at yourself, really taking a long, hard look at what's been going on in your life? Because, I mean, as much as Pluto is here to transform and to, you know, make changes, in order for things to transform and change, things first have to end. So is there a part of your life that, you know, you're feeling like, right, enough's enough now, you know, things have to change? In order for things to change, you know, you need to prevent, you know, stop doing something. And again, you know, I'm kind of going to go back to this energy whereby the goat is oftentimes a symbol of the devil. And in tarot, the devil rules Capricorn, or Capricorn rules the devil. And one of the kind of keywords for that is addiction. And I feel that, you know, addictions come in many, many, many shapes and forms. And whilst I'm not, you know, here to explain or, you know, say that there's an addiction anywhere, but if there is kind of a slight impulses, you know, to maybe do something, you know, it could be time to change that. Perhaps, you know, there's like maybe like a habit where like you maybe smoke, or you want to maybe smoke less, or you want to like kind of drink less alcohol, drink less coffee, something like that. Then that could, you know, that could be an indication of that. But that's the energy that's coming through. And also the whole goat thing, you know, I'll massage your ego, Aquarius. You know, it's like you can use GOAT as an acronym for greatest of all time, you know, because you are the rarest sign of the zodiac, because you've got the shortest period of time that covers, you know, that the sun is in your sign. So that's a wee fun antidote to that, because it's a bit heavy there. And, you know, Aquarius, where you're not a fan of being the heavy things. And it's just been kind of a too much heaviness lately. So we'll jump in here to the tarot and see what the tarot's got to say. So let's see some cards. I'm just going to pop them up there, where they don't get in the way. Okay, so give some cards, please, for Aquarius for July 2024, please. What energies are coming forward for Aquarius? Oh, goodness. So, right, we're not taking them, but we will take these ones. So we've got the Empress, and we've got the Eight of Moons, which is the Eight of Cups in this card. Now, that is interesting, to say the least. Right, just keep going here. And one more. Right. Okay, I'll get King of Swords. There you are. The World. Hierophant. Nine of Swords. Seven of Moons. The Nine of Stars. And what's in the bottom of the deck? The Nine of Moons, which is the Nine of Cups. Now, Aquarius, in this deck, moons are cups. So moons are talking about our emotions. I'm just checking there to see that all the cards are in the shot. Yep, and they are. Okay, so moons are cups. Now, right away, pointing to what I just said about the goat card, you know, and maybe kind of a moving on from, you know, changing the things that we do, you know, maybe changing things for the better, or just changing up what we consume, what we take, you know, making a decision to walk away from something. And that's very much the energy of the Eight of Cups, and in this case, the Eight of Moons. Okay, now it's next to this Empress energy, right? Because that was these two cards jumped out, so I feel really strongly that these are the cards that wanted something to say the most. They've got the most to say. Now, the next card coming out is the King of Swords here. So what I'm feeling is that for the month of, or leading up to the month of July, you know, this could have been like what you've just experienced in the last wee while, or, you know, kind of a leading up to July 2024. Could be that, you know, there's something that you have been working on. There's something, or a relationship or something whereby, you know, that Empress energy, you have been cultivating it. And it's getting to a stage where it's now a case of, right, well, is it ready to transform into something new? Is it ready to go to that next stage of evolution? And is there something that you need to part ways with in order to make that happen? And what I feel like is it feels to me like it's kind of a, strangely for you, Aquarius, it's developed into a head or heart decision. Because obviously you're an air sign, you're a very logical sign. You know, you go with what makes sense to you, which doesn't always make sense to the rest of us, Aquarius. Let's be honest about this. But you know, clear thinking can only take place if emotions are under, not necessarily under control, but if emotions are placated. You know, it's like that your emotions are pacified, so that you have got space and room to think about things clearly, you know, because we've got your card here, the King of Swords. But what's one of the things that's really noticeable in this spread of cards is you have got 2 Taurus cards. You've got the Hierophant and you've got the Empress. The Taurus is a fellow fixed sign that's fixed the earth. And it squares you, you know, in a zodiacal wheel. You know, it's like either kind of a like that. But what's interesting is I have noticed that through life experience and just watching things, you know, paying attention, even though Aquarius and Taurus are at complete opposite ends of the scale, you know, just completely different. Left to your own devices to work together, you can be an incredible team. You can make incredible things happen. And it's like when the King of Swords shows up and just says, right, I've got this clear thinking, I know exactly what we need to do to make this situation work. And then it's like the Taurus element comes in, say for instance the King of Pentacles, and he's like, right, King of Swords, I hear what you're saying, it makes sense, here's how we can add the financial elements to it. You know, here's how we can make it grow physically. The King of Swords will know how to make something grow mentally, and the King of Pentacles knows how to make something grow physically. So, you know, the two energies together make this amazingly powerful combination of energies. And that goes for this card right in the centre, right slap bang in the centre of the cards and the spread, and it's the World card. And again, Taurus and Aquarius are represented in this card. You know, these are here, where are these? No, these are here and here, I think, possibly. Anyway, these are both represented in the World card. And again, it just feels really strong. So you might have a Taurus in your life, or in the month of July, a Taurus may come into your life, or you know, you're influenced by something that has came from a Taurus. I mean, it could even be something as simple as a meme online. You know, you see something and it's what either been created by a Taurus or it's in relation to Taurian energy, and you're like, now there's where that could work for me. And it could be just that you meet a Taurus in July and it's like, wow, I really want to argue with you, but at the same time, I really want to listen to more to what you've got to say. So, give me a second. Here we go. So what else is going on here? We have got the Three of Moons, which is the Three of Cups. So, you know, kind of July time, there will be, you know, elements of celebration. There will be time to catch up with those that you want to catch up with. And I think, you know, also next to this World card, and you know, I just feel like there's decisions that have to be made, or you feel that now the time is right, you need to make these decisions. And it could be that, you know, come July, you're reminded of decisions that you made previously in the past, and it can be, maybe for some of you, it can be a time of kind of melancholy and introspection. You know, you maybe spend a day or, you know, a couple hours at one point, you know, maybe thinking about something for the past round about this time of year, you know, and thinking, oh, I wonder how that person is, or I wonder, you know, what if I had done something different? What if I had said something different? But please don't dwell in that. You know, it's like everything happens for a reason, Aquarius. And if you know that people are in the past for a reason. Just let's leave it at that. So yeah, so the Hierophant could be a sign of you're making a commitment, and it could be that commitment to yourself. You could be making a commitment to yourself in order to make changes to how you have been either behaving, or I'm getting that quite strongly, that energy that's coming through, whereby there's this opportunity for you to really dig deep and give yourself the kind of kick up the backside that you've been needing, and I think that over the course of July, that metaphorical kick, if you like, will come to you, whether it's yourself or whether it's somebody else. It could be that you go to the gym and your personal trainer is a Taurus, and they work you really hard. and it's like, and you're having sleepless nights and you are crying because of the pain of the movement of muscles, and you're feeling muscles that you didn't, in places that you didn't know you had muscles. I have been there, Aquarius. It is deeply unpleasant. However, it is for the good. And then we've got the Seven of Moons here, so that's the Seven of Cups. And again, it's making choices. It's choosing different emotional pathways, and sorry about this, Aquarius. Okay, that's better. So it's about making choices at an emotional level. And it's a bit like, well, if I make this choice, that could happen. And if I make that choice, that could happen. And if I make no choices, then nothing will happen. But you're one of the more charismatic signs of the zodiac, Aquarius, and you're a wee bit quirky, and you're a little bit. Others will suggest that you're a little bit strange. I think Aquariuses are delightful people, and you constantly surprise me. And you're often accused of being a cold sign, and it's just not true. I'm on to use Aquarius, and it's like so many people say, "Oh, Aquarius, oh, they're so cold and they're so, so frosty, and you can't understand, and they don't have feelings." And in actual fact, in my experience, nothing could be further from the truth. In actual fact, you feel very deeply. You're a fixed sign. Fixed signs feel deeply. And once you have obtained the love of an Aquarius, it is incredibly difficult to, to not have that love in your life. It's incredibly difficult to put an Aquarius off, shall we say. Yous are very determined when you love someone or love something, and you give your entire heart and soul, your heart, mind and soul to it. But very few people are capable of reaching that point with you, and very few people come close to that. And you're so selective and so discerning in where you put your heart and where you place your heart. And it's a bit like this Empress card, it's like, instead of like that being a flower, it's like, if we look at it and it's like the Aquarius heart, it's so precious that it is a true gift to receive. And I think for some of you, it could be you're in that position, and it may well be, or you've been in that position previously, and unfortunately, it wasn't reciprocated, or for one reason or another, it didn't work out, you know. And I feel like this month, the month of July, is this, there's going to be this period of introspection, you know. And it could even be that you just have this kind of a few sleepless nights about that, and you know, maybe be a couple of bad dreams, or dreams of a person, or dreams of a time in your life where things were very different. But going back to this kind of Seven of Cups, when you make a decision, you know, when you decide whether it's going to be your head or your heart, or you find an equilibrium within the two, you know. So if your head or heart can't decide, then go with your intuition, because these are very intuitive creatures. You know what I mean. I'm saying that for my heart. And then we're finishing up here with the Nine of Stars, which is the Nine of Pentacles. And it's, you know, it's that kind of a step before the completion. You know, it's like the last active step before we reach the 10 of the completion. You know, it's just that one step further. You know, it's like if you look at the hand here, it's like there's eight stars on the hand, and they're reaching for the ninth star. And I think that's pretty significant. You know, it's like whatever you have been working towards, Aquarius, up until that point, you know, you've got the energy, and you know, you've got the sustainability, and you've got the determination, you know, to keep going, because the card before the Nine of Stars is the Eight of Stars, which is the Eight of Pentacles. So, you know, you've been through that journey of working really hard and understanding yourself better, and then you get to this Nine of Stars, and it's just this one more. You just need to reach up, you know, to get, as I say, to that active point, that active number before the completion energy of the 10. And the shadow card as well, you know, we've got the Nine of Moons, and that's the Nine of Cups. And again, that wishes coming true energy, you know, that active emotional energy, you know. So you've got the groundedness of the Pentacles here. You've got the emotional rewards, if you like, and that's what it feels like, you know, is coming through to me there, you know, just as I was looking at that card, and the phrase emotional rewards. So, you know, maybe there has been a bit of, you know, turmoil, and often when the Eight of Moons or the Eight of Cups shows up, you know, there has been emotional turmoil. There's been turmoil to the point where it's essentially, you know, making a decision to walk away from something that you love. Now, whether that is something, someone, or somewhere, then, you know, it's tough. You know, it's a tough thing to do. And the hardest thing in the world is to walk away from something that you love. But, you know, you're going on that journey and that adventure to find that ninth cup, or that ninth moon, you know, that ninth star. So, you know, a lot going on here in July for the Aquarius. And I feel like, you know, you've got the support of friends and, you know, people round about you. I always say, like, kind of Three of Cups is, yeah, it's a celebration card, yeah, it's a going out with friends and having a good time, but it's also, you know, knowing that you have got an emotional support system should you choose to use it, should you choose to call upon it. But it feels very, very auspicious this month. It feels like finally there'll be culminations, there'll be new information coming towards you. and there'll be new thoughts. There'll be, and it'll probably come from more traditional routes and pathways than what you would normally expect. Now what we'll do is we'll pull a few cards to clarify, just to add a wee bit extra nuance, and see. What's interesting is sometimes we'll double up in card energies here, and that kind of solidifies the messages coming through. Just give us a bit more information, please. A bit more information for Aquarius, please. There we go. 7 of Cups. So yeah, so there's definitely, you know, some kind of choices, emotional choices that need to be made, or that are perhaps, you know, are you rethinking these emotional choices? But you know, I don't think so. I get, look, we've got the 9 of Swords here, 10 of Swords, hi, and the 5 of Swords. Okay, so yes, a very thought-provoking month. It looks like July 2024 is going to be for you, Aquarius. But the good news is that 10 of Swords is signalling the end. It's the end of that cycle. It's the end of the things, you know. And I feel like the 5 of Swords in this context is, that's you again, like, you know, kind of having had to battle, and those other figures in the background there, what makes me feel like is they are past representations of you, Aquarius. You know, they're past versions of yourself. Because, you know, I do feel strongly that for a lot of you, this is it's an internal battle that's been going on. It's an internal dialogue, and perhaps, you know, you're having to walk away from a part of yourself, you know, a part of yourself that no longer serves a purpose in your life. You know, it's in order for you to evolve, you know, there's parts of yourself that you have to let go of. And you know, that is incredibly difficult for anybody. Some signs, obviously, it feels easier than others. And I suppose out of the 4 fixed signs, you're maybe a bit more flexible than, say, well, you're definitely more flexible than fixed earth, put it that way. So that's what that feels like, you know. It's very much kind of in your head. And the 5 of Swords is a card of Aquarius. So, you know, is that kind of energy that you're relatively comfortable with. So when that card comes up, you know, it isn't necessarily as doom and gloom for Aquarius than what it is for any other sign. So Aquarius, what I would say in summing up for July, for this period anyway, is really understanding that everything that happens, it happens for a reason, and it's all part of your evolution to the next level. It's all part of leveling up your consciousness. So I hope that helps you. I hope that is something that you're able to take away from. You know, you're able to take some tidbits, if you like, where you can see, you know, actually something good is going to come for this. And I wish you well for July 2024. And And remember, you know, it's like we make our own decisions. We make our own destiny. And I feel that that's important, that I should share that with some of you. Some of you need to know that. You're in charge. You are in charge of you and your decisions and your choices. Okay, remember, that's 7 of Cups. Right? Came twice. Yes, we get the 9 of Swords twice. But that's just saying that you could probably do with some more sleep. You know, so have a wonderful July, Aquarius. And it has been an absolute honour and pleasure to read for you. Okay, take care. Lots of love. Bye.